Coming up on The Factor tonight, will Houston become human trafficking central with the arrival of the Super Bowl? It's all about leather and lace at one of the biggest parties in Houston. We'll take you there live. Film and TV star Elise Neal wants you to be healthy this Super Bowl, and she's here live on The Factor. Plus, the CEO behind the explosive Maxim Party. The Factor Uncensored comes your way now.
This is The Factor Uncensored.
And it's a Friday night, a cold Friday night here on the Super Bowl special of the Isiah Factor Uncensored. We got a wild crowd out back, guys, and we have a great show planned for you. Now, the Super Bowl is right upon us, and one of the concerns the city of Houston has is human trafficking. And now we're going to go live to Randy Wallace, who has the latest on the efforts to stop human trafficking right here in our city. Randy.
Isiah, because human trafficking is such a major problem, cops in major cities are taking part in a federal initiative. That initiative is all about public shaming the Johns involved. Being arrested with a prostitute can mean much more than just spending a couple of nights in jail or a few $100s in fines. Depending on the circumstances, some Johns could face 5 years to life in prison.
Nobody grows up saying, wow, I can't wait till the day that I can be a prostitute.
Human trafficking experts will tell you prostitution is far from being a victimless crime. Cops are already aware of a human trafficking operation that's transporting victims from Atlanta to Houston this week.
We often see girls that are transported between Houston and Atlanta and other areas, and basically these pimps will take these women where they think the money's going to be best at the time.
During her time at the Harris County District Attorney's Office, Ann Johnson was the human trafficking chief prosecutor.
Put your hands on the ground, on the ground, on the ground.
The emphasis now is not on the girls, but on the Johns, who are now being publicly shamed by having their mugshots splattered everywhere. Most men don't realize the punishment range they face when arrested for prostitution.
If she's under the age of 18, you are committing probably the offense of compelling prostitution of a minor.
And again, that third-degree felony carries a maximum sentence of 5 years to life in prison. Reporting live from Discovery Green, Randy Wallace, Fox 26 News.
All right, thanks a lot, Randy. Now we have a special guest. We're highbrow once again this Friday.
Goodness.
We have Melinda Spalding here with us.
Who let you out of the studio,
I know.
Carey,
I was a victim all week. I was in that oppressive studio
in the fetal
that had me shackled down.
Well, I'm glad you're free now,
free
Isiah.
at last, free at last.
They told me to keep an eye on you, so I'm going to do that tonight.
You always.
Okay?
You're good cop, I'm bad cop.
We're going to play that
I'm
role.
out of control.
A lot going on in Houston today, and a lot of people honored for the great work that they've been doing in our community.
Absolutely, absolutely. Now, there was the Icon Awards, and it was held at Saks Fifth Avenue, and some of the honorees, Melinda.
Sylvester Turner, our illustrious mayor, of course, has done an awesome job with the host committee here as well. We had David Anderson. We also had some rappers there.
Trey the Truth was there.
We had Trey the Truth. And we had some other special guests that we weren't expecting to stop by, like T.I. Is that right, Isiah?
Absolutely. Had a chance to run into T.I. at the bar there. Many people were there. There's James Prince. He was also
one of the
honored.
honorees.
It was a great ceremony and perfect timing for the Super Bowl to highlight these Houstonians in their own city while so many visitors are in town.
Icons in the community, pillars in the community. And speaking of Houston, you know, we are front and center on the national and international stage, Isiah. And as we're down here live at Discovery Green, isn't this amazing?
I know.
The way this area has been transformed. And I was thinking about some of the super highlights from Super Bowl 51, and I've got to say, it's that army of volunteers, 10,000 Houstonians who just gave up their time. We're meeting them, they're so friendly, and we've been hearing so many compliments about them from folks from around the country.
That's great. We got to thank those volunteers who gave their time, and we want to thank these people. They're great people out there.
They were yelling, Isiah, Isiah, and then Randy Wallace, Randy Wallace. You know, we love our Fox 26 viewers. We love their support, and Houstonians are really showing up and being awesome hosts to people from around the country and around the world.
Absolutely, absolutely. Thank you, Melinda Spalding, for stopping by The Factor Uncensored. Finally, we've been trying to get you here for a year and a half.
They didn't want to taint me, but I think it's okay now.
Well, we're glad
you
came by.
Where's the after party?
We'll tell you later, off air. All right, thanks a lot. Now we are going to Angela Chin, who is live at the Leather and Lace, one of the biggest parties here in the city of Houston. Angela, I hope you're not out there having too much fun.
Oh, I don't know what you're talking about, Isaiah. I would never. Anyway, you know who this party is hosted by? Jenny McCarthy and Donnie Wahlberg, who are on our morning show, and they were perfectly lovely guests today. This is their party. This is the 14th annual Leather and Laces party that they throw every year. And of course, there is an incredible guest list here with stars like Hugh Grant and Shaquille O'Neal expected to arrive. And of course, it's early, so the red carpet hasn't started yet. But for the list of NFL players, well, that list goes on. They have Dak Prescott, Odell Beckham Jr., Rob Gronkowski, DeMarcus Ware, Hines Ward, and Adrian Peterson expected to walk the red carpet here. Now, we are in the media area of the Hughes Manor on Washington, and since this is the Super Bowl, things start later again. All the media is here. None of the stars arrived yet. And of course, you can expect they'll arrive here fashionably late or something like that. Isaiah, you know a little bit about something like that. And you expect it'll be a good time here. Tickets sold out right away. So this is going to be a packed house tonight. And you know what? You're probably going to hear the music bumping all the way until 2 a.m. That's when it goes till. So this is the latest. We'll have all the interviews for you from the red carpet. Of course, keep it here on Fox. We've got all that coverage. Isaiah, 2 a.m. I know sounds late, but that's probably like an early night for you, right?
Absolutely. And don't do anything I wouldn't do, Angela Chin. Enjoy yourself out there, but still do your job.
I don't know if that's good advice.
Thanks a lot, Angela Chin. Now joining us here on The Factor Uncensored is a international rap star who's known all around the world for big hits out there like Game Over, Sunshine. We have the man himself, Lil Flip, is here live on The Factor Uncensored. Thank you for coming by. You have had a busy year. You've been touring. You've opened a new store. So tell me, first of all, what is it like for you to have the Super Bowl here in your hometown?
Man, it's great. I remember the first time, you know, I think it was the Patriots and the Panthers or whatever. So that was a great feeling, but it's even doper because to have our store, like we got a store called Mason, 5887 West Ham, and we brought the co-founder of Rockefeller Records, Biggs. You know, it's the 20th anniversary of Rockefeller, Reasonable Doubt. So we brought him to the store. We had DJ Envy come through, Shamo, AJ. It was a lot of love. All the people came out. So for it to be in H-Town with all these people, you know, it would have been great if we had, you know, the Cowboys and the Texans, you know.
Exactly.
But
that would have been a dream.
Yeah, it would have been a dream, man. But, you know, it's all good, man. Next year, J.J. Watt, man, get better, man. We need to be in the Super Bowl, man.
Now, looking at your city, the city of Houston, how do you think they have done putting on this Super Bowl? This is probably one of the biggest we've seen in a long time. I
think it's great. I mean, like, Floyd Mayweather's in town. Everybody's in town. You know, we got a lot of parties and stuff to go to, but just the way everything is set up, like even the setup out here, like, it's crazy, man. I think it's a great job. Like, I'm still amazed. I'm going to do some walking around once I get done with my interview and take some pictures with the fans.
Absolutely. Yeah. Now, one of the things you will do is serve as an unofficial ambassador for the hip-hop community when all of these people come to town. What does that entail, showing other artists who come to Houston, basically welcome to Houston?
Man, I mean, the most important thing is the food. You know, a lot of people ask me where to go, you know. You know, I'm going to say Benny Hunters, I'm going to say Papa Do's, I'm going to say Frenchie's, I'm going to say Timmy Chan's, but just being able to escort these people around and just show them a good time, I mean, I love it, you know. I've been doing this music since I was a kid, so it's like Houston is my home. I don't care where I'm at, New York, LA, overseas, Europe, I'm always represent for Houston, so, you know, it's a great thing that we got everybody in our city, man. So I hope the game is a great competition. I hope it's not a blowout. You know, I want to see a great game, and I'm ready.
Have you decided which team you're pulling for so far in the Super Bowl?
Man, it's like hard. You know, I'm one of the people I always root for the underdog, but I'm a Brady fan as well. You know, most people, they got one favorite team. I got like 6 favorite teams, so no matter what, one of my teams is always in the Super Bowl.
In the last 30 seconds, Lil Flip, what can we expect from you in 2017? We know you've opened a apparel store. What else?
I'm about to get my own day, you know, Lil Flip Day coming soon. I got my own jewelry company, TJ Jewelry. It's in Austin. We selling grills. MMA fighter Tony Wynn, Travell Mason, we just signed him to Golden Boy. So I got boxers, MMA, apps, you know, I'm still doing the apps, but right now we promoting the Mason store. So shout out to Files, my business partner, and all the other people, man. for clothing and MMA, fighting and boxing. I have more fun sitting in front of them octagons watching people fight.
All right. Lil Flip, thank you for coming
Love you,
on the
my guy.
Factor Uncensored. We'll be back with more Isiah Factor Uncensored in just a moment. We have a star-studded lineup, so stay with us. We'll be back after this, live from Discovery Green.
Okay, no problem. We'll hit you up.
All right. Good seeing you, man. No problem. Young fella, you doing all right? Good.
I know you're used to getting pushed around. Yeah, you keep your hands in step, man.
Help me, help me.
Keeping it nice and easy and greasy, man. Step in closer to the table for me.
1 minute back.
What's going on, brother?
Doing all right?
Yeah, we are.
I saw you on Willie D's podcast while I was there, while you were recording the interview.
Yes, sir, I did. Gotcha.
Now, you've been working with the NFL during the Super Bowl.
The Isiah Foundation been doing partner up with NFL PA this week.
Okay, got it, got it.
Hey!
Mic check from the guest.
Okay. Testing.
Yo.
I love you. Houston.
Yeah.
We love you.
Audio check.
1, 2, 3.
And welcome back to the Isiah Factor Uncensored. As we said, this will be a busy week in the city of Houston. Several things going on. Major celebrities giving back to their community, and joining us now live is Vince Young. Also, Lil Keith joins us now live with some of the things that they have going on in the community. First of all, Vince Young, welcome to the Isiah Factor Uncensored. Glad to have you on.
Yes, sir. Thanks for having me, Isiah.
No problem. You've been busy all week long because the NFL is here. You've been working with the NFL. Tell us a little bit about what you've been doing.
Yeah, the Isiah Foundation is partnering up with NFL PA. We basically been all over the place. They had 250 kids at TSU with the gridiron, walking them through an exhibit of the Hall of Fame. Today we had painting with the kids at Madison High School with a lot of NFL players. So it's been out in the community supporting a lot of the kids, letting them know it's not just about the football game, but it's also always giving back to the community, because the community is who got us to where we are, the support and the things like that. So we've been enjoying that.
Now, you have partnered with Lil Keith here in Houston. What are you guys doing together?
Man, we've been doing this since we was yay high.
Been long-time friends.
I was his first wide receiver.
Yeah,
so
why didn't you take him with you?
Well, but nah, man, we're doing a lot of big events this week. Tonight got Rick Ross' birthday party over there at Aura. You familiar with Aura? And we got like some daytime parties with the Texans, Jonathan Joseph and DJ Drama over there, Social Junkie on the Mar, and Faces and D-Bar and stuff like that. So besides take care of the community, I got to take care of the city. They like to party too, so that's why I step in at, man. So
now, how has this Super Bowl been for you compared to 2004?
I could actually say this was bigger and better. I mean, as far as, you know, the population and people coming from all over, different races and, you know, different celebrities, I feel like it's getting bigger and bigger. And I feel like we should have it, you know,
every year.
Much as like, hey, in my position, I love it every year, but, you know, like New Orleans and Miami, they get it a lot. I feel like Houston really deserve it. You know, it's a good city, man. And I love the way they fixed it up.
Vince, how does it feel for you having the Super Bowl here in your city and the way Houston has shined so far?
Right. I mean, just like what Keith just said, you know, having it here, you know, a couple years ago has prepared them to get ready for it this year. But one of the things I keep hearing that people that's not from Houston is, I've been like walking around and trying to give a handshake, and people don't do handshakes, they do hugs out here. So I'm like, that's what we do. We
hugs and selfies.
Exactly. Southern hospitality. We always want to welcome people here at home because this is home. And then the good part about it is to see everybody having a good time, and as well as how good the city of Houston has prepared to get it ready. So I'm just happy to see that for being a Houstonian.
One of the things you like to do is give back to the community. How important is that to you during this time and year long?
Yeah, I mean, Steve McNair, I mean, RIP to him. He was a great mentor for me. Had the opportunity to go to his football camps when I was little. And just to see what he does in the community when I was growing up, I was like, man, I want to be just like that. I don't want to just be a really good guy on the football field. I also want to make sure that I'm passing the knowledge to a lot of people that has been blessed, that has blessed me with the knowledge. I want to make sure our young generation, boys and girls, have that same information so they can be the best in their gear. And I tell them, if you have this opportunity, don't be like, okay, thank you for the opportunity. I want you to go take this opportunity, own this opportunity, because it's another kid, young man, young lady out there want the same opportunity you have. So what are you doing every day to make sure that that opportunity has been you getting blessed with? What are you doing to take that opportunity? So I make sure our young kids know that, because that was something I did. Somebody brave than me to make sure eventually the opportunities come, you got to take it. You got to take it.
Vince Young, thank you for coming on the Factor Uncensored. Lil Keith.
Oh yeah.
Thank you, guys, and we will be back with more Isiah Factor Uncensored in just a moment. Stay with us. And welcome back to the Isiah Factor Uncensored, the Super Bowl edition. We're here live at Discovery Green, and with the new administration in the White House, there is a lot of politics to talk about. Now joining us, Kathleen McKinley, Carmen Rowe, and we have a special celebrity guest, Willie D of the legendary Ghetto Boys. So let's talk about politics, guys. Now, first thing up, the travel ban that we have here in the United States. Your thought on that? Many people say it's a Muslim ban. What's your thoughts, Kathleen?
It's not a Muslim ban because there's 40-something countries that are Muslim that are allowed. Do I agree with it? I personally do not agree with it because I think that every vetting and everything he wants to do could have been done without doing this. But I think he was just making a statement for his, supporters.
Kathleen?
This isn't as much of a ban as it is harassment on a specific class of people. And so a lot of the complaints aren't about the refugees that are being banned, which is something that's been done under the Obama administration. It's more about the holding of individuals, detaining them for hours and days without cause. People who have visas, people who have status in this country and have the right to come in.
Your thoughts, Willie D, on the travel ban?
Well, I disagree with it. Because him banning all of these people, man, is just trying to get home back to their loved ones. It's really, the way he did it, man, was very uncouth and classless. I mean, like Donald Trump is, so I wasn't surprised about how he did it. He could have just had a little bit more tact, and I think people would have probably understood that he really is trying to protect the people, but he did it in true Trump fashion, like, a big old middle finger to the world, and like, I'm gonna do it my way.
Right.
And so, that's my biggest problem with it.
Also, Carmen, there've been several federal judges who have stepped in and said, allow these people into this country. Your thoughts on that? Federal judges intervening in this executive order that
Absolutely.
President Trump has put out.
And the reason they're intervening is because of the unlawful detention and the prohibition of people coming into the country who have the legal right to be here, who either have visas or other types of status. in this country, and Trump and the executive order does not trump the Constitution of the United States. And if they're allowed to be in this country lawfully, they have to let them through.
Any disagreement there, Kathleen?
Well, I think they corrected that pretty quickly. I know the media went crazy over it, but I think within a day they had the visa thing corrected and the green card. So
now we're looking at a new Supreme Court nominee.
Yes.
And the Democrats say they're going to block it the best way they can. Do you think they will be successful at this? And do you think this is a good conservative nominee for the U.S. Supreme Court?
I think he's a wonderful conservative nominee. No, they will not be able to block it. And it's because of Harry Reid, which is the supreme irony, because he decided to use the filibuster nuclear option. Now
when Democrats
they
were in
can't,
power.
Right. So now they can use it, and they only need 51 votes, and they have it. And not only that, but this guy really is a really well qualified candidate. You can agree or disagree with his policies or whatever, but he is well qualified. So it's gonna look bad for them if they don't.
Carmen Rowe, legal analyst, also looking at this judge. Do you see someone suitable for the U.S. Supreme Court?
Absolutely. He has an Ivy League pedigree. There's no question. Columbia, Oxford. I mean, he's very qualified. So he's going to get through. But the most important thing about him is that he's said that he's going to model himself after Scalia, that he is a servant to the laws of this country and to the Constitution. And he famously quoted Scalia talking about the lion of the law. And I think he's going to be a model of Scalia.
Let's give Willie D the last 30 seconds.
For years, Justice Scalia stood on the nation's highest court and fought and knocked down every civil rights law that was ever passed.
No.
He was trash. His death was very necessary. I'm glad he's gone, and I believe that Donald Trump nominating the nominee that he's choosing right now. This guy is divisive. He's reactionary. He's partisan. He's garbage.
And we're out of time.
He's not going to do anything for the American people.
We'll be back with
this
more
guy is
Isiah
no
Factor
good.
Uncensored in just a moment. The radical Willie D. Stay with us.
I'm meteorologist Sean Dawson with your Fox Red forecast, and not just any Fox Red forecast, but your Super Bowl Sunday Uncensored Fox Red forecast. And of course, we are going to start with Super Bowl Sunday. It's going to be a little bit warmer than what we're seeing right now and through the weekend, about 75 degrees in the afternoon. Cannot rule out a slight possibility of a stray light shower, about a 20 to 30% chance you might get wet. But let's not get too far ahead of ourselves. Let's start with Saturday's forecast. And of course, when we're talking about Saturday, the big events happening, of course, is right down there in Discovery Green, where we've got the Super Bowl live festivities and everything going on around that. Cooler, 60 degrees is our expected high temperature on Saturday. Our rain chances about 20%. Still, if you do see rain, it's that very light rain, more of a drizzle, a light shower, short-lived if you do see some of that rain. And again, 30% chance for Super Bowl Sunday. If you want to look past Super Bowl Sunday, if you're headed back to work Monday, or maybe you get to pause a little bit for Tuesday, expect a slight warm-up, and we're still going to keep that 20 to 30% chance of showers in the forecast.
All right, thanks a lot, JD. A cold, chilly night out here at Discovery Green. Our Super Bowl special, as you can see, hundreds of people, possibly thousands of people out here enjoying the Super Bowl festivities. Now, some of the things that are going on includes a lot of charities right here in our community. NFL moms, NFL wives. They had a fashion show for charity. Jalila Ahmed has more.
With prideful hearts, former and current NFL players turn the cameras around to capture the women that stand beside them, giving back to some of Houston's most vulnerable people, homeless youth. Hello, Hannah. McNair, that is, daughter-in-law to Texans owner Robert McNair, who got her dance on in the name of raising money Friday.
We're really trying to help those children to end that cycle of abuse, and the Covenant House really helps those children between 18 and 20 that are affected by abuse.
Houston Texans defensive end Devin Still, father to Leah Still, who recently announced her triumph over pediatric cancer, joined.
You'll see me snapping a whole bunch of pictures over here.
Still, a newlywed, was just googly-eyed over wife Asha. Who wouldn't be? He says football can wait for Sunday because today was all about giving back.
This fashion show does is give those people that opportunity to get off the street and try to become something in life.
Natalie Reed, wife of Brooks Reed, Atlanta Falcons star defensive end and former defensive end for the Texans, says the Covenant House deserves the spotlight.
It's great to get all these people together for the Covenant House of Houston, and you know, anytime you mix fashion and charity, it's a fun day. So.
Natalie has a prediction for the outcome of Sunday's game.
We're going to get a Falcons win.
The Covenant House, which has been trying to get Houston's youth off the streets for over 30 years, says they're thankful for being selected as the recipients of the fashion show's proceeds.
It allows us to take in youth off the street on a daily basis and meet their basic needs. And sometimes that is just a meal. Sometimes they haven't eaten. Sometimes it's immediate medical care. Sometimes it's just a place to sleep overnight.
That is Jalila Ahmed reporting on NFL Wives Fashion and giving back to the community. We will be back with more Isiah Factor Uncensored in just a moment, live from Discovery Green. So make sure you stay with us. We'll be here until 10 o'clock.
Since I left the city.
It's a cold Super Bowl weekend in the city of Houston. We're here live at Discovery Green, where the audience is all the way live. Now joining us here on The Factor Uncensored is film and TV actress Elise Neal, along with comedian Crystal Powell. You guys, welcome to the Isiah Factor Uncensored.
Oh, thank you so much.
We have watched you so many years on television, in the movies, and we want to thank you for coming out.
Of course.
And you're one of our own, Crystal Powell from Texas, and you're on Comedy Central. You're doing your thing out there in the community. So you guys are here focused on health in the community.
Yes.
Tell us about that.
So basically, you know, on my Instagram and everything, so many women and men are like, you know, you're a certain age. How do you keep fit? What do you do? So I said, okay, fine. I'm going to introduce my Elise Body Boot Camp here during Super Bowl weekend. And it's tomorrow. It's going to be at 1 p.m. at the LA Fitness on Holcomb. Everybody can go to my Instagram at @TheRealNealE and sign up. It's going to be great. We got a gift bag, me, and a lot of fun. A lot of fun tomorrow.
And that's a whole lot.
That's going to be a whole lot.
So what can we expect in that boot camp?
Well, I really want to break it down for everybody. So I'm having a nutritional expert speak with me about just taking care of yourself. And then we're going to do 45-minute, very not too high impact, but fun dance / core work / a lot of squats, and we're just going to have a really good time.
Absolutely. Now, Crystal Powell, you'll be busy as well this Super Bowl weekend. Tell us what you're up to.
Well, I'm able to host a red carpet for this event. That's tomorrow. And then my shows are I'm doing the main stage in Houston Super Bowl Live. Robbie Mackey and those guys with the Brain Committee on. So I'll be in the Houston Super Bowl Live main stage. And then I have shows at the Improv and the Secret Room. So I'm trying to stay busy.
Get it, girl. That's why you got to get that boot camp tomorrow.
Now, we are very proud of you here in Texas. You've been able to set yourself apart from other comedians out there. So what did it take to get to that position where you have people like Kevin Hart calling you, Comedy Central calling you to take jobs and take roles?
Faith, determination, and as they say, we fall down, we get up. Like, I just had to keep going, and it happened. And so I'm just forever grateful, and I can't stop there, and I just got to keep going. Like I said, I get opportunities like this. I'm performing Houston Super Bowl Live. I'm here with you, Isiah. So I'm taking it all in, and I'm just remaining humble and staying grateful.
Elise, what do you think about our city, the city of Houston, and how we have put on this?
I have been actually to Houston quite a few times, done a lot of plays here in Houston. I love everything. I'm originally from Memphis, Tennessee. I love everything about the South.
I used to work at Fox 13 in Memphis,
and
Tennessee.
Speaking Fox, I actually am in the next Wolverine movie called Logan.
Oh, good.
Yes, that
Excellent.
comes out March 3rd. And you know, they would kill me if I didn't say that today. I'm just really excited to be a part of it and work with Hugh Jackman every day was an honor. And I'm just excited to get everything popping this year. It's amazing already.
So can you tell us what role you're playing in the Wolverine?
You want somebody from Marvel to come down and hit me upside the head while we're out of here? No, I don't think so. I don't think so. But it's amazing, and it's a little bit darker than the usual installment. It's got a definitely different dark tone, and I'm really excited to be a part of it.
Now, what do you think about how we have put this Super Bowl on? Now, you've been here
before. Look at all these great people out here, right? I love the South. The South is amazing. So
Absolutely.
What can I say? Everybody's going to treat everybody well. Everybody's going to get fed really well. Yes. And everybody's going to be exhausted by Monday.
Absolutely. Crystal Powell, what do you have in the future in the last 30 seconds that we can expect?
30 seconds, Tuesday for Valentine's Day, we're having a special show at the Sing Group, and the 15th I'll be at the Houston Improv. So everybody come out and see me. It's going to be a great show. We've got a great lineup.
All right. Thanks a lot. Crystal Powell, Elise Neal, pleasure to meet you both. Thank you guys for coming on the Isiah Factor Uncensored. We'll be back with more Isiah Factor Uncensored live from Discovery Green, so stay with us. We'll be back after this. Isiah Factor Uncensored live here at Discovery Green, the Super Bowl special. We have the man himself, Mark Berman. Give it up for him. Give it up for him.
You know what it's always said? It's always great to work with greatness. And you know what else I always say?
What's that?
You can't hide money.
Oh, come on now. Layaway plans, Mark. Layaway plans. Easy payment plan.
All right. The Rockets get the Bulls tonight at Toyota Center. That includes the Yao Ming Jersey Retirement Center. When Pat Beverly finds a wide-open Corey Brewer slashing to the hoop for the flush, the Rockets lead the Bulls 50-33 and were up 11 at the break. But much like last night, when the Hawks embarrassed the Rockets, rallying from 20 down the fourth to win, the Bulls come storming back. Doug McDermott's slam gives Chicago an 81-77 lead late third. And when Bobby Portis gets the rebound and the putback midway through the fourth, Rockets down 90-86. Then the Rockets score 6 straight, and when James Harden hits a 10-footer, Houston's up 93-92. Game now tied at 108 in overtime. At the half, the Rockets retired Yao Ming's jersey number 11. NBA Commissioner Adam Silver was on hand, along with former Rocket stars like Tracy McGrady and Steve Francis. Yao, already in the Naismith Memorial Basketball Hall of Fame, gets the highest honor a franchise can give one of its players by retiring his jersey.
I hope the people see the jersey there and can remember the story.
It's really sad for me personally, for the city of Houston and all our fans that he was injured and his career was cut so short, because I think if he had stayed on, we would have won a couple of championships, which is what we're all looking for. He's always been a great player and a great person. He's changed the way sports is viewed in some way, and we were really saddened by the fact that he wasn't here for longer. But while he was here, he was just fantastic for the city, for the basketball organization, for the NBA.
Got a chance this afternoon to cover a story involving kids from Special Olympics that was not only fun, but also very meaningful. A lot of good is done in the host city in the week leading up to every Super Bowl. And that was certainly the case during the NFL experience at the George R. Brown Convention Center on Friday when Texans tight end C.J. Fedorowicz, running back Tyler Ervin, and offensive tackle David Quesenberry ran through skills and drills challenges with kids from Special Olympics, all part of the NFL Play 60 program. And then after the clinic, everybody played a good old-fashioned game of flag football. And I wish I had $1 for every kid who smiled during the event. Fedorowicz, Ervin, and Quesenberry just did a magnificent job.
I mean, I'm having fun with them. I'm out here sweating with them. I feel like a big kid out here running around, ripping off their flags. I mean, it's awesome to see all their happy faces. When they score a touchdown, they got a little dance. It's no better feeling. I'm out here laughing, having a good time.
Well, it's awesome just to have a chance to come out here and enjoy some football with these kids. It means the world because, you don't get to do this every day. So I'm just glad to be a part. To me, that's true happiness right there. Anytime you get to have any chance to have any fun and enjoy what you're doing, that's just awesome.
We all have our own fights and our own journeys that we go through. But even though we kind of have those trials and tribulations, we can still come out here and have a good time.
And these are especially good times for David. Diagnosed with a type of lymphoma in June of 2014, he hasn't played football in nearly 3 years. He says that's about to change.
I'm still in maintenance protocol, but I'm finishing that up within the next couple of months, and then after that, I'm lace them back up and wear the 77 back out on the field again. I can't wait.
What will that mean to you? Get back on the field, David.
It means that we win. We beat cancer.
You can never hear statements like that too often. You sure can't. We won. We beat cancer.
Absolutely. Always heartwarming to see stories like that, especially with athletes when they don't have to. They take that extra step, they go that extra mile and give back to the community.
Oh, he's been doing that ever since he was diagnosed. He took up the fight against cancer. He was doing things as soon as he could. This guy is terrific. And today, he and Tyler Irvin and C.J. Fedorowicz, nice job with Special Olympics.
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah, hey, Rockets up 2 over the Bulls in overtime.
So, you think we'll pull it off?
I don't have a crystal ball. But you're great. You should have one.
Thanks a lot, Mark
All right,
Berman.
buddy.
We appreciate it.
Okay.
Now, it was touch and go for a moment there here in the city of Houston when we were concerned if Club Nomadic was going to open. But they're open for a second night. Let's go live to Lindsay Hendry, who's there with the latest. Lindsay?
Isiah, that's right. We're out here at Club Nomadic, and wow, we've seen quite a few football stars tonight. Some from the Lone Star State, others coming in for events like this one where Bruno Mars will be performing. Friday night at Club Nomadic could have also been called Club Quarterback, from football stars like Dak Prescott showing up to Super Bowl champions.
Bruno Mars, all the people that are here, I'm excited for it. Just Super Bowl week, it's fun. Great energy. I know Bruno puts on for the crowd. Excited to watch him.
And guess what? Katy native Andy Dalton came to town for the event.
It's great. You know, glad to be back. Got a lot of family here, and so it's good to have a chance to see everybody.
Of course, he says he had to stop by a few local restaurants.
I went to Los Cucos. That was the first stop for me, so had to get the Mexican food from there.
Hall of Famer Steve Young even made an appearance commenting on all of the buddies he hoped to run into.
A lot of times, this is a reunion for a lot of players, and especially quarterbacks. So, Super Bowl is one thing, but then it's also the annual get-together. So you'd like to run into all our guys, Terry Bradshaw and other people inside, Dak Prescott, these people you don't see otherwise. So it's kind of, you have to do this in many ways to get to see people.
Now, it was really neat getting to meet some of these celebrities like Steve Young, these football legends. And one thing that shows you that these guys are just human, too, is that it's so cold out tonight that there was a woman from the Houston Chronicle not wearing a jacket. Steve Young actually offered to give his jacket to her so she could stay warm. Another really interesting fact is that Andy Dalton, like I said, is from Katy, Texas. He went to Katy High School. I went to Cinco Ranch myself, so of course I had to talk a little smack with him. Live in Houston, Lindsay Henry, Fox 26 News.
All right, thanks a lot, Lindsay Henry, and you make sure you stay warm out there on this cold night. We'll be back with more Isiah Factor Uncensored with two of your favorites, Jolanda Jones and Angela Box. Stay with us. It's our own Factor Face-Off coming your way. We'll be back. That is one energetic crowd here at Discovery Green for our Super Bowl special for the Isiah Factor Uncensored. Now, with the Super Bowl being in town this weekend, we've seen a lot of celebrities, and one of the places they go to is the Galleria. And because of that, HPD always put extra security there. John Donnelly has more in this report.
HPD is bracing for the onslaught. They're just about everywhere in the Galleria area and already putting out barricades to control anticipated crowds while fans are out to see anyone famous. Are you here trying to see some stars?
Yes, because I was driving by and I see the New England Patriot thing and I'm like, wow, I need to Facebook everybody.
It's that need to Facebook or Twitter or Snap something that has created a new challenge for police and all security in this area. The last time the Super Bowl was here, social media wasn't a problem. After all, Twitter's only been around since 2006, and the smartphone, well, at least the iPhone, it's only been around since 2007. But it was a very different situation in 2013 during the NBA All-Star Game. Crowds surged into the Galleria, egged on by Twitter sightings of celebrities. The mall actually had to be shut down, and police had to shut down streets and ramps from 610. Not again, says Chief Art Acevedo.
We've working very closely with the Galleria public safety officials and obviously our special response group and our activists to ensure that we don't have a repeat. We have plenty of resources that will be deployed.
Fox has learned that the Galleria has increased its security by 40%. And you know what? The police have Twitter too. In order to make sure all those resources get out ahead of any fan-driven surge, police are monitoring social media. Because while things have changed since 2004, fans like the DePete family and their desire to post stuff have not.
Josh McDaniels.
All right, so when you see anybody, do you like put it out on social media?
I mean, I asked someone for a picture, but they said no.
They said no?
Yeah.
And welcome back to the Isiah Factor Uncensored. Now we have two of the women you love here on the Factor Uncensored. The always exotic Jelonda Jones. Show us what you have on. Show us what you have on. Do a spin for Also, Angela Box, and they have our Factor face-off. So, Angela, what are we talking about tonight?
Well, another week, another leftist freak out. This time, of course, courtesy of the President Trump's travel ban on the 7 majority Muslim countries. You know, the left, ever since Trump has been elected, they've been freaking out. Last week was the Women's March. This week it was about the travel ban. But what these hypocrites don't seem to understand is that the 7 majority Muslim countries that were put on this list were gathered from President Obama in 2015. Nor do they seem to comprehend that in 2011, President Obama stopped Iraqi refugees from coming into the country. Nor do they seem to comprehend that in 1979, President Carter, during the Iran hostage crisis, made sure Iranians could not come into America. Let me ask you a question. When Chuck Schumer was crying for his blankie the other day, old Senator Chucky, crying for his blankie, did any of these leftists shed one tear for the victims of Muslim terror attacks in San Bernardino, in Fort Hood, in Orlando, in Boston, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera? The fact of the matter is there is very few enumerated powers in the United States Constitution. One of them is to keep America safe and to secure its borders and to defend its citizens.
Let's bring Jelonda in on this. Obviously, you don't agree.
Obviously, I don't agree. For the record, this country was founded on immigration. Trump's travel ban is racist. Trump's travel ban literally got rid of 60,000 visas that were already granted. That's what he did. Trump's travel ban probably has people who want to come to the Super Bowl and can't come to the Super Bowl. Trump's travel ban is not protecting America. I don't see him talking about travel bans from Canada, where the guy who killed the Muslims was Canadian. Trump's travel ban identifies Muslims, and everyone is welcome in this country.
This is not a Muslim. First of all, it is not excuse me, hang on. It is not a right to be in America. It is a privilege, and if you are coming into this country, first of all, you must do it legally. Second of all, the President of the United States has the right, and the citizens of this country have the right to feel safe and to know who is coming into this country and who is vetted properly. Now, all President Trump is doing is extreme vetting.
The 60,000 visas that were already granted and rescinded. I'm sorry, I didn't interrupt you. And rescinded. They were here legally.
So
there were people who helped us in the war.
Ladies, thank you
and
guys.
They are banned.
That is it for the Factor Uncensored. We want to thank you guys for coming on, and we will see you back here next week. And have a happy Super Bowl. Good night.
This newscast brought to you by Carpet Giant.